If my budget was $50, these are the gaming keyboards I'd go for. Apple Maker Ajazz AK820 Pro. This keyboard completely redefines what a sub $70 board can be. It feels and sounds like something double its price right out of the box. In my testing, the gasket-mounted design and polycarbonate plate create a typing experience that is genuinely a delight, offering a soft, satisfying sound profile that you just don't find in this budget category. It's packed with features I'd expect on more expensive keyboards, like tri-mode connectivity, a customizable TFT screen for displaying GIFs, and a functional rotary knob. While the companion software is straightforward for remapping keys and RGB, it's a shame it doesn't support QMK for more advanced customization. For casual gaming and daily typing, it's fantastic, but it lacks the Hall effect switches needed for ultra-competitive play. Honestly, this is the perfect keyboard for someone who wants a premium-feeling, feature-rich setup for both productivity and gaming, and who values aesthetics and wireless freedom over pure competitive specs. AOLA Win60HE. The AOLA Win60HE is all about one thing, giving you an unfair advantage in competitive games for an absurdly low price. The first time I jumped into a match with this, the responsiveness was jarring in the best way possible. Its magnetic Hall effect switches allow for an adjustable actuation point down to a mere 0.02mm, and with an 8000 Hz polling rate, my inputs felt instantaneous. In fast-paced shooters, features like rapid trigger let me strafe and counter-strafe with a precision that's normally reserved for keyboards costing 3 times as much. The trade-off is that it's a pretty bare-bones experience. It's wired only, the 60% layout takes getting used to if you need arrow keys, and the web-based software can be frustrating to use. But if you're a serious gamer on a tight budget who prioritizes raw performance and the fastest possible response time over everything else, this is without a doubt the board to get. If I had to buy one with my $50, I would choose the AOLA Win60HE because the competitive edge from its magnetic switches and rapid trigger functionality is a game changer that can't be found on other keyboards at this price point. If I only had $100 to spend, these are the gaming keyboards I'd buy. AOLA F99 Pro. This one completely redefines what you can get at this price. The AOLA F99 Pro surprised me with its 96% layout, which feels like the perfect middle ground. You get a numpad without the bulk of a full-size keyboard. In my experience, the typing is buttery smooth right out of the box, thanks to the pre-looped switches and gasket-mounted design that gives it a soft, springy feel. I noticed the 8000 mAh battery is a beast. I could go for days of heavy wireless use without a charge. However, the build is just plastic, and while it feels solid enough, it does have some flex if you push on it. Also, the keycaps aren't shine-through, which makes them hard to read in the dark even with the RGB on. Honestly, for someone who does a mix of gaming and work and needs that numpad, this is a fantastic choice that feels more premium than its price tag suggests. AOLA S75 Pro. The AOLA S75 Pro is for those who value desk space and a bit of flair without sacrificing performance. The first thing I noticed was its compact 75% layout, which gives your mouse so much more room to move. This standout feature for me is the small TIFF display screen is genuinely useful for checking the time or battery at a glance, and you can even put custom GIFs on it, which is a fun touch. The typing experience is quiet and soft, very similar to the F99 due to the multi-layer dampening and gasket mount. It connects in 3 modes and has a 1000 Hz polling rate for both wired and wireless, which made it feel ultra-responsive in fast-paced games. My main gripe is the smaller 4000 mAh battery, which is decent but not as long-lasting as its bigger sibling. This is the perfect keyboard for a minimalist gamer or someone with a multi-screen setup who wants a session on keys, a control knob, and a high-tech look in a tight package. If I had to spend my own $100, I would buy the AOLA S75 Pro because I prioritize the extra mouse space from the compact layout, and I find the integrated screen more useful for my gaming setup than a numpad. If my budget was $150, these are the gaming keyboards I'd go for. Logitech G Pro X TKL. The Logitech G Pro X TKL is what I call the tried and true workhorse for competitive gaming. It's built like a tank and just works. In my experience, the Lightspeed wireless is completely flawless. I never once felt any latency, even in fast-paced shooters. The entire board feels incredibly solid and stays put on the desk no matter how intense things get. While it's fantastic for gaming, I have to admit the typing experience feels a bit underwhelming compared to other options in this price range. My biggest gripe, honestly, is the high profile. After a couple of hours, I definitely started to feel it in my wrists, so a wrist rest, so pretty much non-negotiable. It's not a hot swappable board, so you're locked into the switches you choose. This keyboard is the perfect choice for a serious gamer who values a reliable wireless connection and a simple, tournament-proven design from a major brand over deep customization. Keychron K6HE. The Keychron K6HE, on the other hand, is the board that completely redefines what you should expect from a compact keyboard. The first time I played with the adjustable magnetic switches, it was a genuine game changer. Being able to set the actuation point super low for instant reactions in-game and then deepen it for typing is a feature I didn't know I needed. The rapid trigger feature gives you incredibly tight control per movement. For a 65% board, it feels impressively well built with its aluminum frame and has a nice muted sound thanks to the internal foam. The compact layout saves a ton of desk space, but getting used to the functional layers for things like media controls definitely takes a minute. It's a fantastic board, but if you're a fan of tactile or clicky feedback, you're out of luck since it's only available with linear switches. This is the keyboard for the enthusiast gamer who wants the absolute latest in switch technology and loves tinkering with settings to get a competitive edge in a minimalist setup. If I had to spend my own $150, I would buy the Keychron K6HE because the customizable magnetic switches and rapid trigger offer a real performance advantage that feels like a step into the future of gaming keyboards. If I only had $200 to spend, these are the gaming keyboards I'd buy. Wooting 60HE. This is the keyboard that feels like you're cheating, and honestly, it has completely changed how I play competitive shooters. The first thing I noticed was the rapid trigger feature, the ability to have a key reset the instant I lift my finger instead of having to cross a reset point feels like a genuine competitive advantage. In games like Valorant or CSGO, my counter-strafing became noticeably snappier. The analog control, which lets keys act like a controller joystick, is a neat party trick. But the real magic is in setting the actuation point incredibly low for that lightning fast response. It's a 60% board, so you're giving up a dedicated arrow and function keys, which can be a pain for productivity. But for a pure gaming setup, the extra mouse space is a godsend. The build quality is solid and the typing sound is surprisingly muted and deep right out of the box, which I didn't expect. For any gamer who prioritizes raw performance and the fastest possible input, this is the one to get. SteelSeries Apex Pro. The SteelSeries Apex Pro immediately feels like a more premium package right out of the gate, especially with that slick magnetic wrist rest and the aluminum alloy frame. The big selling point here is the adjustable actuation on their omni-point switches, which I found incredibly useful. I set my WASD keys to be super sensitive for quick movements, and my ability keys to require a deeper press to avoid accidental activations. The little OLED screen is more than a gimmick. I used it for changing profiles on the fly and even for displaying in-game info, which meant less time alt-tabbing. However, while the customization is top-notch, I found the linear switches that feel a bit mushy for typing when compared to the crispness of the Wooting. It's a full-sized keyboard, so it offers all the keys you'd need for work and play. Plus, it has USB pass-through, which is a nice convenience. This is the perfect keyboard for the gamer who wants a feature-packed, highly customizable experience and also uses their rig for general productivity. If I had $200, I would buy the Wooting 60HE because its rapid trigger feature offers a tangible performance benefit in competitive games that no other keyboard in this price range can match. Now it gets interesting. If I had an unlimited budget for a gaming keyboard, here's what I'd buy. Keychron Q6HE. The Keychron Q6HE is the keyboard that finally convinced me a full-size layout can be a serious gaming contender. From the moment I put it on my desk, the sheer weight of the aluminum body told me it wasn't going anywhere. This thing is built like an absolute tank. In my experience, the magic is in the gate-around magnetic switches, which feel impossibly smooth, almost like typing on silk-wrapped marbles. For gaming, the adjustable actuation is a game changer. I could set my WASD keys to be hypersensitive for quick movements in Call of Duty, and then dial back the actuation on other keys to avoid typos while working. It really feels like you're teaching the keyboard your personal style, not the other way around. While the full-size layout might crowd your mouse space and it's definitely not portable, the trade-off is worth it. This is the perfect keyboard for the gamer who also has a day job that involves a lot of typing or data entry and wants one premium board to do it all without compromise. Asus ROG Azoth Extreme. The Asus ROG Azoth Extreme is what happens when a company throws every conceivable feature into a 75% keyboard, and honestly it's impressive. The first thing I noticed was the flawless wireless performance. With its 8000 Hz polling rate, the connection felt instantaneous and completely stable, which is critical for competitive play. The typing experience is just outstanding right out of the box, with a satisfying muted sound thanks to the carbon fiber plate and layers of internal foam. There's zero hollowness or cheap rattle here. I found the included wrist rest surprisingly comfortable for long gaming sessions, even though it felt a bit stiff at first. While the full-color OLED screen is a fun party trick for showing off system stats, I'll admit the novelty wore off after a week. My main gripe is that for all its high-tech features, it still uses traditional mechanical switches, so you don't get the adjustable actuation and rapid trigger flexibility that Hall-effect keyboards offer. This keyboard is for the die-hard competitive gamer who demands the absolute lowest latency in a wireless 75% form factor and is willing to pay a premium for that top-tier feature-packed experience. If I had to pick one, I would buy the Keychron Q6HE because its customizable Hall effect switches provide a more versatile and future-proof experience that I can tailor perfectly for both gaming and typing. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I hope this video helped you pick the best gaming keyboards for you. If you have any questions, drop a comment below. Links to all of these products mentioned in this video will be in the description. Alright, peace out.